So you're thinking about buying a house. What next? Where do I search for a house? How much can I afford? How big of a down payment do I need? Where do I find a real estate agent? This seems complicated. Where should I start? Many people get in their car and start driving around. They stop at open houses. And they search for homes online. They spend hours on Zillow, Trulia, Redfin. This is a great way to get educated about the neighborhoods and the houses. Finding the house is only the beginning of the adventure. Once you get serious, it's time to figure out exactly what you can afford and also what real estate broker you're going to have represent you. What? I have to pick a real estate broker? Now? Yeah, the worst thing you can do is use the agent sitting at the open house. Don't forget, she represents the seller, not you. This is called dual agency and is actually not even legal in many states. And you definitely don't want to use your Aunt Agnes or a neighbor who just got their real estate license or a friend who sells real estate part-time. This is one of the most important financial decisions that you'll ever make. You certainly want to be sure that you have an experienced broker who can navigate this complex transaction. Complex? Yeah, more about that later. Think about this. When you're going to go try a new restaurant, you usually ask friends and family for recommendations. Then you check Yelp and Google. You do all this research and it's only one meal. Heck, we're talking about buying a house here. Experience matters. The person you choose to represent you is extremely important and can make or lose thousands of dollars for you. So, how complex is a real estate transaction? A Boeing 777 has autopilot, and real estate has Zillow. So maybe, just maybe, you can land that jet without any real flying hours, or close that real estate transaction without any real estate experience. Yeah, you've even tried out some of those video game flight simulators, so maybe you'll be better than most people. But in real life, there is so much at stake when landing a plane and closing a real estate transaction. Did you know that actually finding the house or the buyer for your house is just the beginning of the process? Once you find the house, there is a 10-page contract plus addendums that have to be submitted along with some supporting documents. But wait, how do you even find out the price? There's the list price, the Zestimate, the appraised value, the assessed value, the price your neighbor says, and the price that a ready, willing, and able buyer is willing to pay. Then there are the disclosures.
There's the agency disclosure, statewide buyers and sellers advisory, lead-based paint disclosure, transfer disclosure statement, seller's property questionnaire, water heater and smoke detector statement, earthquake hazards report, environmental hazards booklet, common interest disclosures, and local disclosures.
And then there are the reports.
Home inspection report, termite completion, natural hazards disclosure report, title report, chimney report, pool report, geological report, mainline scope report, 9A report, retrofitter report, water cert, and statement of compliance.
And then there are the escrow documents.
You have escrow instructions, statement of information, homeowner's insurance, CC&Rs, the lender payoff information, trust documents, home warranty, HUD-1 closing statement.
And then there's even more paperwork throughout the transaction, like
addendums, requests for repairs, escrow amendments, contingency removals, requests for more time, notice to perform, and the repair receipts.
And the list goes on and on and on. All in all, in an average real estate transaction, there are 683 pieces of paper to review, understand, and take action upon. I don't care how much time you spend on Zillow, Redfin, or Trulia reading the self-help from real estate gurus, there is no way a consumer can sift through the complexity of a real estate transaction without the help of a professional. A real estate broker who understands the nuances and knows the ramifications of every single checkbox on the purchase agreement. A broker that keeps up with the changes, the laws, the guidelines, and understands the paper and the people. And it's not just the paperwork. There are the people. In a transaction, there's the
buyer, the seller, the listing agent, the buyer's agent, the lender, the underwriter, the appraiser, the home inspector, escrow officer, retrofitter, termite inspector, transaction coordinator, and the title officer.
These people all need to be handled. They need to be coordinated, calmed down, cajoled, negotiated with, pushed, corrected, kept on schedule, and met for appointments. But it's even more than that. They need to be managed by someone with your endgame in sight, someone that has been down the runway before, a broker that has the experience to choose these people wisely and jump in and manage the ones they don't know, and make your goal their goal. They don't teach this stuff in real estate school. Spending hours in a flight simulator doesn't make you a great pilot, and you certainly wouldn't test your skills by landing a 777. You don't want to crash that plane? Leave money on the table, get sued, or lose your deposit. So then, why would you even think about navigating your real estate transaction by yourself or with an agent who has little experience or commitment to the process or to you? It's very important that you find a real estate broker that will steer you away from the turbulence found in every single transaction. A broker that can steer the transaction is turning around. You have more equity in your home and you're ready to move. Some people upsize, some people downsize, and some people move out of the area. No matter where you're moving, most people need to sell their house before they buy, or at least close escrow on both transactions at the same time. Herein lies the problem. Should I sell first and then buy? Or should I find a house first and then sell? Can I buy and sell at the same time? I don't want to be homeless. Lots of decisions. There are several ways to do this, depending on your unique situation. Right now, we have a seller's market. This means that there is a limited number of houses for sale, so home sellers will usually have many offers to choose from. This is great because you're selling your house, but not so great because you also have to buy one. Looking for a house before you have your house on the market and in escrow can be a frustrating experience. If you make offers on your new house contingent on you selling your old house, you'll most likely be trumped by a buyer who is non-contingent. Remember, if a home seller has choices, they are going to pick an offer that is most likely to close. And if your offer is dependent on you selling your house, yours will probably not be the winning bid. If you decide to sell first and price your home correctly, more about pricing later, you can add a home of choice contingency. This means that you agree to sell your house and you also promise your buyers that you'll find a new home in the agreed amount of time. You are now in a much better position to negotiate on your new home. Your house will be in escrow and your buyers are ready. When you make an offer on your new home, you'll be able to show that you have a buyer and your home is in escrow. Of course, you don't want to attempt this type of transaction without the help of a very experienced real estate broker. In the hands of a rookie realtor, this type of transaction could be a disaster that might include sleepless nights, periods of homelessness, or even loss of your deposit. But when done right, this is a masterfully planned and executed transaction. It's beautiful and seamless.